Hello everybody, and welcome to today's stream. And this time I am definitely going to start the quest line for Fontaine, so I can finally learn what the Oratrice Mecanique de Cardinal actually is. Last time I failed miserably. Like, seriously. I failed miserably. So now I am doing this. Let us proceed and gain the power of the Oratrice Mecanique de Cardinal. Adjusting stuff. Adjusting the microphone. The stupid keyboard that keeps disconnecting for no reason. And screen that is loading. Loading. Wait, I need to check thing. Okay, everything's fine. Decent. Okay, so I was doing some stuff. But now we're changing our team. To the Fontaine one. Which is this one. I've leveled up to Nouvelette, got an artifact for the guy. And I did a bit of farming for his talents. Not too much, but I think more than enough. I also need to do a thing. Audio. Give me all of the audio. Boosting. Okay, good. Oh shit, that was loud. Okay, I think this will be more than enough. Okay, I have some achievements to take. Then I did a few things here and there. And also this. So I do have enough money for 2 more intertwined fates. And I can get 1 more from the Stardust Exchange, giving us a total of 20 intertwined fates. And I'm thinking of using this on this banner for Kazuha. If we're able to get him in 2 temples, I will scream. Let's do this! Okay, it's purple. It's purple, and it's another constellation for Yanfei, which is decent, and Favonius Codex. Okay, that's fine. And final temple for Kazuha, and it's purple. Okay, slingshot. Okay, let's see who we got. Another Yanfei. I'm not mad. We now have a C5 Yanfei. Maximum number of Scarlet Seals by 1. Okay, so this is a team we're going with. Artifacts are not maxed out. Like, seriously, no, basically nobody has maxed out artifacts. Tainari is getting this artifact because he needs tendril damage. And he gets this artifact. I have 1 good dendral damage artifact, and it's I have one artifact that does dendral damage. Other of his artifacts are +0, so not that great. Yanfei is also on +0 all around the board, and Nouvelette is decent. So this is our team for Fontaine, and the training guide says that only Yanfei is underperforming because she needs higher level artifacts. But she does have the Crimson Witch. But she has the Crimson Witch artifacts. 4 of them, actually. This is attack percentage. This one is pyro damage bonus for a completely different set. This is attack percentage because it didn't have a crit. Let me double check though. Crimson Witch Flames. Attack, defense, elemental mastery. Okay, so we didn't get anything. Attack, crit damage. Oh yeah, this is the best one. The flower, we only have 1 plume. We only need 2 of those. One that has elemental mastery and energy recharge. And the other has energy recharge, HP, crit damage, and attack, so no defense. Yeah, so we're going with those peoples. And to go to Fontaine, we first need to go to Inazuma. Not Inazuma, damn it. Sumeru. And I hope that we will be able to learn what the Oratrice Mecanique d'Analyse Cardinal actually is. I don't think we will, but it would be funny. I haven't played this team. I've mostly used the Navia team with Venti, Barbara, and Nahida, because that was really good. Surprisingly. I don't think this team will work as I would like to. Also, when it comes to Nouvelette, his talents aren't that great. I haven't been able to get the guy to equity. But definitely everyone else has level 6, with Yanfei also has been level 7 on this, because I was able to body age the Ha. And also her constellation also give us a plus here. Also, Shinobu is so cute, I love her. Let us proceed with the Archon quest. Yes. 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 Yes, but as long it's hard to say what will happen.
確かに。オイラたちっていつも事件とかの中心になっちゃうんだよな。また何か起こらないとも限らないぜ。もしかしてお前の体質のせいか？お前ってトラブル体質なんじゃないのか？
Fuck you. Yes, it's Paimon.
オイラはお前に会うまでは全然こんなじゃなかったぞ。せいぜいクタクタに疲れた時に変な渦のせいで海の中に
We shouldn't have fished Paimon out.
お前に
Let's
釣り上げられた程度だな。
Atevat
とにかく
Atevat
ヒーダの
without
ためだと
Paimon.
思ってオイラたちもそろそろ
こんなところで会うとは思わなかったぜ。あんたら本当にいろんな場所をブラブラするのが好きなんだな。
Medriv, I mean there.
っておいおい、オイラたち別にブラブラするのが好きってわけじゃないぞ。いつもやってるのは真面目なことだし。
Shut up, Paimon.
まあ旅
Shut the
とは
fuck up.
関係ないかもしれないけど、まあいいや。それで
さっきまで砂漠でお得意さんの依頼をこなしてたのさ。特に語れる遠くからあんたらを見てたが、何か真面目な話をしてた。
Bum 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 bum.
マジか。そいつは驚いたぜ。はあ、でも今後は今日みたいに偶然顔を合わせることすらそうだ。
What about it?
傭兵仲間たちと一緒に。
いやいや、気持ちだけ受け取っておくぜ。ひひ。まさかディシアがこんなにオイラたちとの別れを惜しんでくれるなんてな。
Yes.
そうか。この砂漠を越えていくつかの水路を渡っていけばそれでいつ出発するつもりなんだ？
There's a few more preparations.
待てよ。まだスメールで食べてないものがあったよ。
Shut up, Paimon. Who are you?
なら
Is he going to be
私も
important?
送別会をやるなんて野暮は言わないでおくよ。余計しんみりしちま。今思えばスメールが今の姿になったのもあんたらのおかげみたいなもんだ。
でもナヒーダにも挨拶していかなくていいの
He'll
か？
know from our dreams anyway.
じゃああいつを。
それじゃあここらでお別れだ。旅人パイモン。
Bye, Medriv, I mean there.
ディシア。
Nishia. Oh my gosh, she's so hot. Hold the boulder with Fontaine. Okay.
「面倒事があれば私に直接言うといい。解決してやる。」
So let's go over here. We can teleport. I already unlocked the entirety of Fontaine. Or at least most of it. So we can just teleport everywhere. We're awesome like that. And you know what? Just because we're going to Fontaine, I just want to... language. We're switching back to English. Just because I want to hear the members. This is so awesome. Bonk. That was funny. That was hilarious, actually. That was fun.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it. Oh, this must be Fontaine's port.
Oh my god, I forgot how
Wow, everything looks
annoying
so
is Paimon.
advanced in Fontaine. Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual
It's even more
machines.
impressive.
Seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think?
Let's start by meeting the Hydro Archon.
Nahida gave us loads of useful information. Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point.
Oh, and also to find the truth.
The more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
What?
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family.
What?
I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened.
What?
Excuse me. Can I help you two? I couldn't help but notice you standing here listening.
Yeah, because
Hi! We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we didn't want to interrupt.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
what?
Really? Like, a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like some kind of story.
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motives.
Fair?
Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough. Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
So they see trial as a sort of opera?
Shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? Not to question Fontaine's way of doing things. It's just that putting someone on trial is usually a very serious thing.
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the Oratrice Mecanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a
What?
machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
Oratrice Mecanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
Oh, Paimon's curious. We should check it out if we get the chance. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Get on trial. Probably.
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest passion.
What?
Huh. I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Make an appointment?
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
What?
First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before.
What? What the fuck?
Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
What
Hang
the
on.
fuck is
This
wrong
is
with
still
this
Fontaine's
city?
Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
The fuck is wrong with this
Come on.
nation?
Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon
The
at
wrong
the
is
Opera
what
House.
the fuck is wrong with this place?
But who knows how long making an appointment will take? Hey! What are you looking over there for?
There's a girl over there.
Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she?
That's Lynette.
Maybe we better go check on her.
She's a cat girl. Hello. Feuille de blanchet, elle nous reçoit. Wait, I never noticed that. I never noticed that one. That Hydroculus. Allow me to enter your vessel. Yes, allow me to enter your vessel. Very legally. Hello. I very legally entered your vessel. You have nothing to worry. I am here completely legally. Nothing happened, look at my fine ass. Hello. What can I do you for?
Hello there.
Huh?
Huh?
Ah, I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just...
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
Aww, that's so cute.
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
No, people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water.
Neat.
And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now, it's been completely submerged. You
Aww.
would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories.
Aww.
It won't be long before it swallows us.
Sorry. Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
Ah, I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Ah, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Aww.
Really? Then you two are just like us! Paimon's always the one talking for some reason.
That's a very meta joke. Because you always steal the lines.
So that's how you think it is?
Yes.
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now.
What?
Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
What?
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Okay, what do you mean?
Hello, traveler.
Hello, Lenny.
And hello, Paimon.
Did you just clap her ass?
Paimon, get a handshake! You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Does Lenny swing that way? Oh my
Please
god, no.
don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it. It might prove useful.
Oh!
Did Lenny just
Right
slap
then.
Paimon's
Well,
ass?
Paimon's just happy to have a local friend now. By the way,
Because that's
we
weird.
were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon.
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish the... Please, follow me.
Okay. Let us proceed in the direction that is forward. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mecanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
What? The hell is going on? Hello? The fuck?
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all.
I assume that
Raise
she
your
just
glasses
came
in
over to...
celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu.
She's actually kind of cute.
As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her
What the fuck is wrong with her
companion
eye?
who have journeyed here from distant lands.
The fuck is wrong with her eye?
Is she talking about us?
Yes. If only a glass.
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations.
What?
But I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally. Fear is for insignificant cowards.
No, I don't think
I
she's
am a
talking
god,
about us.
And I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness.
I think she might be
Rest
talking about
assured,
Lenny.
I see clearly your sincerity. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the...
Okay, the fuck is going on?
Correct, Banner. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes.
Yes.
But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top?
She's a showgirl.
Miss Hydro Archon?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god?
He told her. This is the guy that told her. This was the guy.
Everything about you.
Oh, talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the...
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see her. Oh, I bet this is going to be the duel of the
Why
century.
fight us?
Oh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
What, are we going to fight her?
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy. And despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus.
She's a theater girl through and through.
You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land.
What?
Just as you were hoping to see.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Fighting gods? I've got a resume.
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Didn't she provoke us?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire her bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. She is obviously a true warrior.
We fought against a god.
Unfortunately,
Like twice.
people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. They're getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
What?
All right. Now
the
that'll be
fuck?
worth seeing.
Right.
I am so
This
confused.
is Fontaine, after all. Such a grand opera house, it would be a pity not to use it.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court?
We literally just arrived here.
Oh, we have reason to put. According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are
God
clearly
damn it,
guilty
Paimon.
of violating this.
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our lady.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Precisely. Now, if you two have no objections,
Yes,
then
thank
in the
you.
name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny. Finally, someone who's not crazy.
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object. But how exactly do you
This
plan
is
to
so
prove
fucking
your
stupid.
claim?
I'm losing
As
brain
a
cells
magician who
here.
just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Ta-da!
What?
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Linny do that?
I'm really patted you on the back. He didn't pat her on the back. He slapped her ass.
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the Traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh? I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
The hell is wrong with these people?
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny.
That's okay.
Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent
This is
person.
stupid. You're stupid.
When there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands.
This is stupid.
I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
I am dumbstruck. That was so stupid. That... No.
Just like that,
I can't...
she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. You never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Yeah, confusing is a way to... good way to put it.
Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred.
The fuck is wrong with this
Speaking of
nation?
performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate.
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? Oh, you really mean it? This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... I'm not sure exactly when
Okay.
it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine.
Yeah, what about it?
It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until
Okay.
one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath.
This is stupid.
Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But
First?
here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to...
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
No.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity.
Oh, Hyman gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is more than...
Then is
a
there
bit
no
of
way to prevent the disaster?
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things.
Fair.
Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets...
Okay. Hello.
So you're the blonde trap. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. Thanks. Please, also thank...
Sure. Monsieur Neuvillette.
What's this? So you all...
What?
No, I believe in the prophecy. But the story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one, but as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels. So, if you ask me, when the water...
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before.
You should promise to take it.
All right, I'll take...
Yes. I wonder if...
Settle down.
Oh, no. Not this, not this, not this, not this, not this. If I do it like this... Oh my god, I can actually fly. Whee! This is so stupid, but I love it. Kamehameha.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, life is all about living in the moment.
You should still take it.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life.
Fair. But you can also use it to move stuff for your life right now.
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what? Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about...
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers. I remember seeing...
Don't we have any? Kamehameha! Big Bang Kamehameha! This is so funny.
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect Romaritime flowers.
Kamehameha! Kamehame! Kamehame! Oh! I always make the Kamehameha joke when using this skill.
Our bond is strong.
And we've been healed!
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced... Maybe next time you'll feel like...
No way. I'm in power saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at
Fair.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished...
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the opera house?
Yes, let's do this.
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her?
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps you two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route. All right, let's...
Understood. She's so handsome. Nicolette is so handsome. Handsome old man. To the left. Let's go with Yanfei for now. She's also cute. Everyone here is cute. Every girl is cute. Every man is handsome. Except Lisa. Lisa's hot. Leia's also hot. Nahida is so pretty.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her?
Time to make the arrest.
Oh no! Did she notice us? What should we do? Should we chase her?
job is to block the
You're
path.
right. She might Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lenny caught the thief.
There's no reason for us to stay here. This is stupid.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. Anyway, I should be going now.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back,
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and I needed to...
Oh, did you get hurt?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all.
No.
In fact, it's feeling better all...
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're
I
right,
can
you're
feel
right.
that's going to be
Sorry,
the plot
Lynette.
of this chapter.
I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I... But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so...
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the Court of Fontaine now.
Yes. Ride the aqua bus. Also, I think I am good. Oh, I'm halfway to the next level. Oh, jeez.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
This is the nation
This
of
is an
Hydro,
aqua
damn it.
bus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine.
Oh,
It's
really?
pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
Crap.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
Oh, man.
No,
You just
that's
stepped
not
on a
what I meant.
landmine.
It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Shut up, Lenny.
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Sure. Let us proceed in the direction that is forward. Is that Yanfei? No. It's Charlotte.
Oh, excuse me. Aren't you the great magician Linny and his assistant Lynette?
Hello. I don't believe we've...
She's cute.
I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Just in what now?
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Oh, you're
Wait,
pretty talkative.
could that be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journey across Tibet?
I guess you could say that.
Amazing! You recognize everybody almost immediately!
Except for Paimon.
I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who's who, would I? Wow, today must be my day! Who knew I would end up on the same boat as so many VIPs? Could my vision finally be showing me some favor? So, Charlotte, what do you usually report on?
Everything.
Well, when there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still
Ah.
manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days.
That would definitely get
That's
my
fine and
attention.
all, but what I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents.
Ha!
I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases, actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
What?
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen.
What now?
If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed. So, what is the serial disappearances of young women case?
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago.
What?
And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found.
What?
Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation.
True.
I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to
Aww.
track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
That's cute. I don't have a younger sister, I have a big bro. So, I cannot relate.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Yes. Welcome to Court de Fontaine. This is so cool.
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the ride went by too quickly. Ah, I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late. Okay, Hyman hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya! Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
Sure. We'll do that.
What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city...
Okay, let's go. Are we going to be teleported to Lenny's house? That might actually be the case. Hello? Okay, what the fuck is this? Is that the Oratrice Mecanique d'analyse Cardinal? It doesn't look like an Oratrice Mecanique than Elise Cardinal. But I might be wrong, and this actually is the Oratrice Mecanique than Elise Cardinal. Let's go to Lenny's place! Lenny's place, Lenny's place, Lenny's place. I haven't used a Pyro character.
This is our current
Inazuma.
abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home.
Oh, hello.
Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Sup?
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
What a talented family.
Lenny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
That's alright, you go ahead.
Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Come on,
it's
game,
nothing.
start making
We were
sense.
just discussing a little housework. Sorry. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right,
I have no idea what's going on anymore. I am so confuzzled. Also, it's raining. And that's the Chioria boutique. Oh my gosh, she's so hard.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right.
No shit, Sherlock.
Wasn't it clear and sunny just...
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine.
Yeah?
Though we don't know where the dragon went. Every time it weeps, the sky... When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell, "Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!"
Another one of the
If
elemental
it's an
dragons.
elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be... Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Shut up, Paimon.
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
I am
You
so
know,
confuzzled.
you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry.
Whoa.
It might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the word.
That is also a fair point.
It rained for longer than I suspected.
Was there something you needed to do, Lenny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front.
See you at the performance.
Are you leaving now?
What is
Yes.
it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them. I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative.
No trouble at all. Don't worry.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks.
Oh,
That's
no
fine.
need, no need.
That's fine. Go, Yanfei. Cookie has a better, but yes. Hello.
Hello?
Oh god
Is there anyone
damn it.
here?
Wrong button.
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made?
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are.
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems
Wow. So,
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
Bah.
hey, is this machine what you use to make stuff?
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology, and wasting is a kind of crime.
Where does a big machine like that get its...
Well, it's a little complicated, but basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's
What?
a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Wait, what?
How can trials produce energy?
I am even more confused than I was a minute
Well,
before.
I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mecanique d'analyse Cardinal harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
So
I
that's what
am
its other
so
function is?
confused.
Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments.
Yeah, that too.
Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
Well, Venti and Nahida both said.
Oh, yeah. So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
That
Even
is so
though I've
fucking
never heard
stupid.
anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
Who are you?
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month? Why are you hounding me now?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no? 70%.
Huh?
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop.
Sounds like a
We've already
usual
finished our
case
job
of
and
someone
delivered...
owing more.
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments,
Why are
don't
you
settle your
here?
own debts first?
Why are
if
you
Confrérie
here?
of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
Why are you here?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
Why are you
We're
here?
surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
It's a really curious
Long
place.
story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have
Why
been
are
pretty
you so
boring.
chatty with us?
But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look
Last
at it,
time we
it seems
fought to
things are
the
going to
death
get a lot more interesting now.
for
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting.
last time we
Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Trevor?
last time I met Child was when I fought for the Geonosis. So the last thing about him wasn't very friendly.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you forgetting something?
Dude,
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends?
Yes.
Listen to me, boy. If you want your Mora, fine. Why don't you come and take it?
You don't
Hey,
want to
I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said,
Who?
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients. You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Go ahead. There
I'm
you go.
sure this won't take long.
Why are we so friendly with this guy? He wanted to kill us last time we met.
Bring it on. Riptide. Tidal wave. Who's next?
I want to do the...
You can run, but you can't hide.
Boom. Big number go brr.
Oh, what's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it?
Yes.
Huh?
Huh?
Now's my chance!
Ha!
Huh. That was weird.
What just happened?
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
True.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see its work for Northland Bank.
Ha! Nice.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad...
Huh?
What?
What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why,
what the fuck is going on
but
here?
every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
True.
That is a possibility.
Any
I
idea
can't
where it
remember
come
if
from?
I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk.
Who?
She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
I have no idea what is going on anymore.
What is...
She never explained that. But my guess is that it's in my dream. I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. seems a little twisted to Paimon.
Shut up, Paimon. Connect the end to your incident in the abyss.
So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
She's dead.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh,
The hell?
it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
True.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
No.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yes.
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel.
Oh.
Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently,
Battlemania
the one
as
I'm meeting
always.
today, Clorinde, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Oh, we met her.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like...
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
What?
Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come to...
Whatever gave you that idea?
Later. Later, alligator.
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he's... Well, seems we don't have much to do for now.
Okay, so I need to grab some because I'm getting hungry.
Wow!
So,
Who
like,
could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along!
just spoil the mystery for everyone else.
Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
You already spoiled it for the rest.
Sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see... Lily said that the Opera House is on Aeneas, so let's go ride the Aquabus!
Okay, so give me a sec. I need to get something.
Investing too much emotion. These are the kind of headlines that are going for these days.
these are the kind of headlines that go in for these
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
So these are the kind of headlines that go in for these days.
The criteria for certificate exams are straightforward enough. What it really comes down to is whether you are willing to put in the time. If you study and practice, then it's really not all that difficult.
So these are the kind of headlines that go in for these days. I could make a fortune from this.
Investing too much emotion puts you at risk of doing something irrational.
So these are the kind of headlines that go in for these days.
Investing too much emotion puts you at risk of doing something irrational.
I could make a fortune from this. So these are the kind of headlines that go in for these days.
Investing too much emotion puts you at risk of doing something irrational.
I could make a fortune from this. So these are the kind of headlines that go in for these days. I could make a fortune from this. So these are the kind of headlines that go in for these days.
Something irrational.
I could make a fortune from this. So these are the kind of headlines that go in for
Investing
these
too much
days.
emotion puts you at risk of doing something irrational.
Ooh, I could make a fortune from this.
Investing Investing too much emotion puts you at risk of doing something irrational.
So these are the kind of headlines they're going for these days.
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
Ooh, I could make a fortune from this.
Investing too much emotion puts you at risk of doing something irrational.
So these are the kind of headlines they're going for these days. Ooh, I could make a fortune from this.
Investing too much emotion puts you at risk of doing something irrational.
So these are the kind of headlines they're going for these days. Ooh, I could make a fortune from this.
Investing too much emotion puts you at risk of doing something irrational.
So these are the kind of headlines they're going for these days. Ooh, I could make a fortune from this.
Just let me know if you ever find yourself in a pinch. I can help you out.
I'm back, baby. So now let us proceed. Oh god, that was a good sandwich. I had a cheese and salami sandwich. It was so good. It hit all the right spots. And I was hungry no longer. Go, Neverlet. Ame. Ame. Ah! That never gets old.
This is fancy! The Opera Epiclese. What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it.
That's fair.
Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
Yes.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
We're not one, so we're not doing this.
Vache.
What? Huh? What?
What's wrong?
What the fuck was that?
Vache.
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 Vache. Did you just say something?
Paimon didn't say anything. Are you here?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Neat.
Lynette!
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Yes.
Right.
By the way,
What do you
Lynette,
mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
the voice was coming from the fountain.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon.
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the... In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
Huh.
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what? What does that have to do with anything?
It does with everything. Answer
Just
the question.
Answer me. When do you cry?
Answer the question, you idiot. When I'm sad. When I'm hurt.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
And when Paimon's hungry, so
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe
Fair.
what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say?
I have someone's name.
If you were hearing their emotion...
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous.
Oh, right. That makes...
The fuck was that? Okay, I am taking my chicken. Also, I don't have enough skills for the next level up. Kame. Oh, die! Ah, this never gets old. I'll most likely go around Sumeru and other places to get some artifacts. So that I can level up Yan Face. Because those really need
Traveler
some
and Paimon,
some help.
Good to see you. I knew you two would come.
What's up,
Are you
bitches?
kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world!
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance.
I have never been inside this building, so I have no idea what's going to happen.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already...
Ooh, front row seats!
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there.
What's the
Seems
fuck up?
there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go...
What's the fuck up? Do I enter here? Also,
Stand with me.
why is he hurt again? Wait, does the Kamehameha hurt the judge? Kamehameha! I won't be able to check this. Oh, we're right next to the roulette.
Come on, let's sit down!
Yeah. Ha, Paimon doesn't have a seat. Yeah. Nice. Hello. No, you. No, you!
Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us.
Isn't that usually your job?
Of course you put this on Paimon.
Yes!
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it, Paimon's. Sorry.
This is getting even more awkward.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're all...
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linney, then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly... Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
Nice to meet you.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Teyvat. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be?
He's the guy from the
I
Kamehameha.
saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is.
Nervillet.
Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always
Mutex.
reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Ooh, sorry for being so rude just now.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to.
Oh?
There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression.
That'll be a second
So
impression.
I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
That's a second impression. And she has nice thighs.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Okay, I love him already.
So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the...
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished.
Yay! The show's finally about to start!
That was awesome.
Ooh, they're dimming the lights! The show must be starting!
Shut up, Paimon.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
What's up, bitches?
And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
She's like, hello.
I know she may
I don't
seem
want
to be a
be
little
here.
sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
Oh, really?
Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Shut up, Paimon.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations.
Bye, Lynette.
I know
You're
you
cute.
might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough.
Okay.
Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
What?
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
What the fuck is going to happen now? Okay, hello, Lenny.
Huh?
That's cool. And that was the standard.
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary. Don't
Okay.
you think? This one's a
Well,
little
this
tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple.
Okay. This is
She'll
looking
just turn
cool.
into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now.
Okay.
Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Oh my god.
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Even Farina was impressed. That was awesome. Also, I see that this cutscene is pre-rendered because the Traveler is having the hydropolis, so this was pre-rendered. It's still fine. It was still fire. It's so awesome.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't see him do anything. Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
No wonder
If
he's
we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking.
Correct.
To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Okay.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
It was awesome.
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone
Oh,
here.
really?
The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all.
Yeah.
In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes, and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience.
Okay.
I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box.
Okay.
Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey,
Shut up,
do you think
Paimon.
this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The
Let's
lucky
swap it.
audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate.
I call
Now
bullshit.
then, let's begin.
It's either gonna be us or Farina.
Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You
She's
don't
going
need
to
to do
disappear,
anything,
isn't she?
but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the fortress of Meripede.
What?
Oh, okay.
Young woman, probably gonna get kidnapped.
All right. Before I
Because we
enter the
talked
magic
about
box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60! 59! 58!
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
This is gonna get end badly, isn't it?
54, 53, 52? Huh? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
I love his voice.
Alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something. 40! 39! 38!
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, mid-air right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
I think it's all about bang. What?
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Did it come from the stage?
Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
True.
25! 24! 23!
What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
Okay.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19! 18!
Okay. This is not. This is getting.
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown.
True.
10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Okay, but where's the girl? Where's the girl? Everyone's looking Renee. Now the girl. And there's nothing there. It's empty. It's going to be empty. It's going to be empty. Oh, even worse. Yep, I knew it was going to be empty. That was... A murder.
Part of the show?
No, it's a murder.
Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
Oh, that was a murder. Murder.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage.
No.
As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience.
Where is the guest
and
from the
after
audience?
an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found.
Fucking knew it! I fucking knew
appears
it!
that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance. And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young
Fucking
women.
knew it!
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
In front of an audience, including the Oracle and Chief Justice.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
But no!
Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation.
Okay, she is jumping to conclusions.
That can't be right.
Now.
How can Lenny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
He's a suspect at most.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linny and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Huh? I just think that he... Well, I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Linny, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time.
I trust Linny.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met.
Not really.
But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw.
That's bullshit.
But draws really are the most boring.
That is complete and utter bullshit, and it's not what happened.
So no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser.
She's-
And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well,
Okay.
Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in...
Yes.
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects, and the audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
She's putting...
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an act?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be...
No.
Good to hear. Thank you so much for... I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is Mystery's lair. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Yes,
Which
it
is
was very
precisely
strange.
why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Where did you get those glasses?
When we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
N-
Don't worry.
Yes,
we don't use
Paimon,
your own
those are
savings to
really...
buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
They make Paimon...
Lynette.
They make Paimon look ridiculous.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed
And
isn't
I'm
going to
all
help
for
me now.
Paimon looking
I need to
ridiculous.
get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our... Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Yes, thank you so much.
I won't let you down.
Leave it to... Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question.
Oh, well... I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial.
Yes.
'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, we should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime...
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are...
Shut up, Paimon.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
We're Linny and Lynette's attorneys.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
Okay.
The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged.
Yeah?
As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it.
Why was Cowl
This is the
inside?
real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most
No, I
likely
don't think it
person
was
to have
Linny.
access to all these
I
areas.
don't think it was Linny.
But
If anything,
doesn't have a motive.
then if
Are
anything,
you
it might have
both
been.
good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
But that's not always
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows?
true. Confirm your current evidence and clue collection situation. You can check as it is going, then investigate the corresponding area to locate them. Use the perception skill to find evidence and clues that can be investigated within a certain radius. Let's see. The sees one the assistant named Cal. He was well trusted by his colleague, setting up and inspecting the props as well as assisting the show. Okay. Examine the white line. If Cal might the falling water tank. Investigate the rope.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall.
Yes.
The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
So, or
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
just looking at where the rope snapped.
Whoa! Look! This bit is made from different material! Most of
Yeah.
it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
It seems to be flammable.
So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait! Why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes!
Yes. Let's spend the water tank. It's suddenly broken. Fire was investigation. That was made of a flammable material. Yes. Examine the damaged box. Hello, Maurice.
Hello there! What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troupe members are currently considered prime suspects.
Okay.
The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition.
Okay.
Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
Oh, really?
Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troupe members all claim not to know her, and we have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievance. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troupe at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also...
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any...
Okay then.
Thanks for that.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, it is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of the...
Okay, Halsey. She's a famous painter. She doesn't know anyone. Hello, Quentin.
The
Tarantino.
investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
Oh, really?
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where.
That much checks out.
Let you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Thanks, sorry to bother you.
Even though it's bad.
I'm going to check the lucky number because I found it will generate the exact same number no matter what. Let's check the seat. Row 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe this. Also going to put Lenny some mouth instantly. Two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, Molly.
Lenny's still talking to the guards. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later.
What's up with Molly?
Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone.
Okay, so she won't be helping me anytime soon. Any clues over here? Okay. No, she already did the thing. And you are?
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share.
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
Yeah, there was that.
Oh, you mean the sound?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect it's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath. So no one paid it much mind.
That makes sense.
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the... And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope.
No.
Wasn't the noise we heard too loud for...
Perhaps the balance wasn't right. Oh, that's true.
No.
That does remind Pine...
Oh, I can go over here. What the?
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Beautiful!
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
And by the look...
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
She's so beautiful.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
Nope.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
She's so beautiful. I love her so much.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are
Huh? Boss? Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss?
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss.
Okay, if you say so.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Yeah, especially since the disappearances started before he even came to Fontaine.
But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence, but that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydroarch.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly... Alright, I've answered your question.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I say it does. But don't worry. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an
well...
Not
and
always.
why would that be?
Something serious like a trial shouldn't be treated as entertainment.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler's response was, no matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact.
Yes.
And if that can be done, boss, then...
Shut up.
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall...
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Since you were stupid.
Well, I can be the assistant.
That's more like it.
I think you're missing the point,
Far be
Simon.
it from me to brag, but I believe that, Demoiselle, you wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to...
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
A talker and
We'll be
strong
making some
silent type.
preparations first.
Hola! Yo.
Sorry, but no one can freely...
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Lynn. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out, so the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least,
What about
I
you?
doubt there was much opportunity.
How can you be so
Well, because I was in charge of security, I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was... But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so... We Melazines are good at that sort of thing.
So, it's safe to say...
Alright,
thank you for your help. This'll be...
Okay. No one left or entered.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Yo, Linny.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your...
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
Oh, she definitely does have the firepower.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate them. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join us?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers?
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
I think that there's a drop for...
Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
Okay.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering
The
the
back
answer.
of the door isn't the same.
The back? You mean the inside of the door?
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those
Yeah.
patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's another box inside this one.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Let's proceed in the direction that is down.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
And this passage linked the two boxes together.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley
Yeah.
would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Then what about your side?
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the...
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect.
Yeah.
My
figured that
assistant
one.
and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! What?
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
Yeah, that's
we really
weird.
don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use... Could we have a look around? I think we can come up...
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
We
Thanks,
don't know.
everyone. We're counting on...
The magic trick. On-stage magic box structure. Wait, why is this destroyed?
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Why?
Speaking of which, why would there be...
Oh! Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
God damn it, keyboard.
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish.
Yes.
Let's note this down too and think...
That broken vase is interesting. What about the
These are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience. Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing.
What she might have done. God damn it, stupid keyboard. Oops. Right.
What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
We didn't mention this
Perhaps
earlier.
it was a prop for a different trick.
Whatever it is.
Dropped hook rope. I feel like I'm playing Danganronpa all over again. Examine the tracks. Examine stage boxes. Oh?
What is this place?
It's like a
It
vent.
seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been...
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another...
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
Can we exit from here?
Yes. Let's head back up.
Okay, I guess that's everything. Return to the surface level. I am so confuzzled.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Maloose returned.
Apologies for the wait.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some
Charges and then trial.
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both... That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not
Once both sides have finished speaking,
the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
So that machine is the one that actually decides?
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice.
Neat.
Yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the... Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
Fair.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point.
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings?
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad... Just kidding! Paimon will...
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we...
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with...
What the hell is happening? I'm so confused.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the Demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Must be a Spina Ursula thing.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven! From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought... But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself! Beating the egg while...
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg white?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try, fresh out of the oven.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think...
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is the... No need for concern. I'm mere...
But we want it to be nice.
All right then. Down to business. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied... The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
Third person exists.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
No.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the
Were we not thorough enough in our... From the sound of things, this is turning into an Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell...
Shut up, Paimon.
They are my specialty after...
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest.
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually...
No. Besides, Paimon knows knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Knows how much you love eating.
Even you don't believe Paimon? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her...
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten. Malus, set up the stove again, if you would.
Huh?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well, this...
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have it. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but it would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on.
All right, thanks for your help.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go.
I think we should
I'll be back if I find
check
anything new.
I think we should check the basement.
All right, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case.
I want to check something. Can I actually go into the vent?
Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
I am... I don't know how to...
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well before. Why would it be? Gosh, the purport and taking a ton. There was no third person, and Paimon didn't. That's not.
We haven't investigated a few things.
This is.
Our bond is strong.
But I thought I investigated everything in this tunnel. There was nothing else in this tunnel to investigate. Okay, I got nothing. Did I fuck it up?
Why would it be him? Whoever the murderer was, this is
I found all the evidence.
There was no third person. There was no third. Why would it be him?
Not yet investigated. Does that mean I cannot investigate it yet, or did I miss
Oratrice
something?
gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
I think I investigated everything. Oh, here's the... Is that the Oratrice Mecanique d'analyse Cardinal? I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
Let's take things.
Plan. Impossible things don't just happen.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what.
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to
you. So we don't get any more clues. Got it.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your
To be honest, you might be
No, we're already very...
Well now, don't you all look disappointed? That was to be expected, of course. The guilty... But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident... Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Everyone in the audience is stunned.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed...
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution.
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open.
Okay, she
Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder
She's
Cowell.
an idiot.
In fact, I'd say you were hardly
She's a fucking idiot.
in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so?
Okay, I like that.
And if
I like
may
the cut.
ask, what did you hear while you were inside?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a one
Yes.
so loud that I believe practically everyone heard.
Huh?
Hey, hang on.
What about the sound?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales.
The problem is that the Oratrice stands on the trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Ooh,
Indeed,
that was hard.
it seems his alibi can... Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are
You're
rock
an idiot.
solid.
You're an idiot.
Aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
What?
The House of the Hearth?
They're Fatui? Okay, this is
No
prejudice.
wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got
No.
a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an...
No.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little... The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. Oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you...
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth.
Yeah.
Are these claims true?
I was given 100 announcements. Yeah, plus child is here. Yeah.
Please answer my question.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
Okay.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor. My client has withheld some...
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as...
The defendant deceived their own attorneys.
Order! Order, I say! Your
Thank you.
request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? In that case, my dear audience...
Okay, Lenny, we need to talk.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
Fair.
I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah. Paimon doesn't know where to start. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's...
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but I know you've clashed with the Vatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might... I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some... The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we... Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
This is getting
you
interesting.
met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too.
Yeah.
But still, I'm asking you to trust me.
Sorry. Please, forgive...
Well, you both say that, but...
You... Okay, Lenny, my guy. You are so lucky that your sister's so cute.
Right. Let's hear your answer first.
Of course. I'll answer any... We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective...
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is...
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
So what did you find?
Nothing. As soon as I reached that room, which should have been impossible, of course, I was quite certain that I was the only one. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way on the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground. But the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Why do you want to understand how the
Because of
Oratrice...
that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophet.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud, but like I said earlier, you can be the judge.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. I will defend you from this charge.
Okay. Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty big. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's
We have
accusations,
the key evidence we need. So let's go back. Lenny's okay. voice in the Oratrice core chamber.
Why would it be him? Doesn't seem like. I'm in hopes he's
Okay,
telling
so
the
we
truth.
still need one from the opera house. It probably will come up during the trial. This is getting interesting, actually.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us when last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may...
That took long enough.
Ha!
Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention...
Well, she loves
at
to
this
be at
stage,
the
let's
spotlight.
revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Oh? Identify loopholes in their statements. Okay. Yeah, find out a few.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the... Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, so Linney proceeded to knock him out. Afterward, Linney passed... And there you have it.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to...
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linney experienced...
Linney's statement.
According to Linney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel.
Yes.
He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Afterwards... strange sound, no. The voice from
Linney
the
went to
Oratrice.
the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Next we have... next is this.
Linney did not take part in the underground altercation.
Yes.
Attention!
Shut up,
When
Paimon.
the countdown started, Linney did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty... The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of... Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view.
Okay. Hell yeah. We're being awesome. Those weeks playing Danganronpa are actually paying off.
Actually managed to say all that.
In other words, you believe that he knew...
That's right.
Moreover, I believe my opposition reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
It's clearly tempered.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linney only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Hell yeah.
Well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what
Do you
proof
remember?
you...
Do you happen to remember?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could... You're saying that he wasn't.
Your claim has now become my weapon. In the tunnel.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought?
Okay, so not this one. So this one.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more
So this?
That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the... This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had already entered... The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof!
Well played.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
You use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
The murderer was... Okay. The fireworks were released near. Of the troop. The track. Himself. The net. With Hazley.
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Could there have been a third person involved? Halsey is the missing person and an... The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant.
Huh? That can't be right.
Oh, is that...
What I must do next is recreate the truth.
Yeah.
What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Oh, jeez. Okay. How do we... Ah! God damn it! One button! Okay.
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. The sound we heard may have come from a clash. Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have... The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. No one entered or left the opera house. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
False plan situation is the prime suspect.
The deceased's name is Cowell. The sound we heard may have... It would have been tough for both...
No? Okay. Okay, so those two are correct. Okay. How can I prove that there was an altercation in the town? Oh!
The sound we
okay.
heard may...
This. Where did the missing...
The sound we
go?
heard may have come from... No one entered or left the... Halsey's clothing was a...
This one? Okay, hypothesis incorrect.
No one entered or left...
So... What? Someone should demand something. Also had all the means to commit the crime. Lenny was not for Graham the cow to... Yeah, to be... The glasses may know what entered and left, so...
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble
Where in the world did Halsey go?
I see how it is.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider it different? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know.
Magic.
Excuse my interruption, dear.
I have no idea what's going on.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a second.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment. Which the sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
Yeah.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant.
Yeah.
The vase was not broken by chance. It...
Okay, so we didn't have an option to choose.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method...
Okay.
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sounded. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here.
Personal effects.
Must we really? Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But
even so, I trust the traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him.
Yes.
But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
people really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress.
He's sitting like a boss.
Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
Done with news.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice.
Oh, really?
The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving...
Could something so ridiculous actually...
Wait a moment. Really? This reminds me of a certain prophecy.
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Okay.
Order! Order!
Oh yeah, Nuvolat Big.
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprise. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found.
Yes.
Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Oh, really?
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Yeah. Well, it's luggage. Okay. So, who's the prime suspect? That's
the
Cal.
deceased's name is Cowell.
What item did they use to control the timing?
The rope that strung the water. Lynette was in the magic box
No.
on. I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
Side magic box.
The water from the primordial.
I think
the rope
you.
that strung the water tank.
This. We use to dissolve
The water from the
Paisley,
primordial-
water from the primordial sea.
Now it seems like the hook rope.
And the hook. Oh, no? Shit.
Now
So
it seems like the hook
he
rope.
used the hook rope.
The rope that strung the water.
What?
Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. I
Yeah.
remember there was something else. Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was something else with it.
Can't I look at those? Okay. What is the culprit to use?
Lynette was in the
on
magic box
stage?
on stage the entire time. Did she have?
No.
I remember
Okay,
there
so
was something else.
what? That was it? That what? What? I don't get it.
Ahem! It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again!
Shut up, Paimon.
In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Shut up, Paimon.
That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Hmm.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only
Okay.
point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence.
Oh, really?
I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other
Okay.
people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you.
No,
Does this not clear all doubt?
no,
My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
I'm calling bullshit. Okay.
Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent.
Okay.
Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the prime. But upon his return, in cruel avarice,
Why?
Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward... Am I right, Miss...
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal. Is this the end of the...
Okay.
Oh no! Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen?
I think we've all seen enough now. I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice.
Excuse me, everyone.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little mad... I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh. Right before your What in the world is...
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my...
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often
Yeah.
conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to... Come on, Lenny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't, but as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance.
I understand.
Okay. Huh.
And voila.
Hello.
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
Haha.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell. I admit it.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief! Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
A professional thief?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Time to refute
This time, we need to tell the entire story.
from Lillian's perspective. Now it's my turn. No, he entered the tunnel. Some broken vase.
The flower vase was not. Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she. The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
And it's instant.
No, please. No.
Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she, hearing the commotion, he did not know that mistakenly believed the two
Okay,
broke
yada yada
with
yada.
no way of escape.
Yeah, that seems fine.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses.
Oh.
Talk about a sneaky thief.
She's good.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you... Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before...
What? Are you reading my... No, I have no further...
Wow, look at that. She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen.
Yes.
To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water.
Yes.
If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings.
Yes.
From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Oratrice Mecanique d'analyse Cardinal. Okay, this was looking cool.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Victory for
Shut up, Paimon. You did
Great
nothing.
work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Let's not celebrate just yet.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How
What?
did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you—
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny. I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen—
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
Higher-ups from
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
He turned into water.
And now he can no longer talk.
Yep.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Oh, jeez.
So, we're just going back now?
Yes. We're not needed here anymore.
True.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
What now?
Lenny.
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to, but still. Let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
I didn't want to see anyone
I
falsely
guess.
accused.
But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then.
The knave? The one who controls the House of the...
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets.
Okay.
To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me.
What?
I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
It was in
As far as
Schneznaya.
outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care. And they have their ways of escaping the eye of the... I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person, and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer.
Oh god.
The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray. I was hesitant to trust her. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save...
So, she believes in that prophecy?
That's right. The whole
Really?
House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été,
jeez.
including the knave, has their roots in Fontaine. And we will always defend our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart...
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed
But I
at...
can't
It's all right.
completely trust
I
you.
understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free.
I understand. Goodbye. We are leaving.
Bye, Linny!
Come on, you stupid flying wiggamajig. Leave the uppers. Okay, what do you want from me? Oh, Navia! Okay.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances
Well,
case. What's wrong, my dear partner?
I wasn't necessarily looking at the serial killer.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah,
No, don't break Navia's heart.
see.
No.
I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you.
No.
But
I want to
I
help
suppose
Navia.
you
She's so
are just
beautiful and I love
travelers who
her.
have only arrived in Fontaine after all.
I want to help her.
Sorry.
She's so beautiful and
I
I
might
love
have been
her.
too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navi.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire. Sorry about that. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your...
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm if...
Oh, wonderful! In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Bourg?
Yes.
I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
Alright then, let's have our farewell meal!
We are going to meet again eventually. Okay, that was good. I didn't think I would go through chapter 1 today. The entirety of chapter 1. I am both impressed and surprised. And there are... yes. Do we have some... Okay. Oh, we have some Blocking contains or how the metals themselves. Okay, but I think this is a good place to stop today's stream. We didn't pull Kazuha, which is a shame. But alas, we pulled Yanfei twice. To be perfectly honest, I would have preferred to get a C6 Barbara.
What it really comes
but I digress.
down to is whether you
Anyway, I will start and look at the weapons. So the weapons are fine. I'll still need to boost Nouvelette's talents. So I'll probably be farming the talent materials and those chunks next
willing
to
to
for
put
the
in the time.
entirety of next week.
If you study and practice, then it's really not all that difficult.
And with that, I thank you everyone for joining me. This has been Jaco, and I'm
Just
saying
let me
else.
know if
See
you ever
you
find
tomorrow
yourself in a
for some
I can
Pokemon.
help you
Actually,
out.
I'll be continuing the Rattata solo challenge for hard gold. It's been a thing. So, see you next time. Peace out.